How's it, guys, and welcome back to another edition of Celeb and Two Plebs News Edition with Nick, Kyle, and myself, Andre. Guys, go and subscribe to our YouTube channel and also go click on the bell so that you're notified of new episodes. Right, so what's the news, guys?
So interesting, the athletes of the CrossFit Games now with a change in format, they have decided to form a union. It's called the Professional Fitness Athletes Association, and they've got an interim board at the moment. People like Chandler Smith, Tia Claire Toomey, Patrick Valner, Brent Fikowski, all of those big names on there, which is quite interesting. They're going to be focusing on things like athlete safety at the games. They're going to be focusing on things like making sure that the qualification process is fair, that there's representation. So it was quite interesting to see that they've done that.
That's cool.
Does that mean that these athletes are going to be rejoining the ranks for the games this year?
So far, it seems like it. They've asked for a seat at the table in terms of the CrossFit Games to talk about what they can and can't do as athletes, which is quite cool. And obviously, progressing further, they want to be involved in where the games goes, which is quite cool because right now it's been kind of a one-man show, CrossFit Games and Dave Castro and them deciding what happens, when it happens. And a lot of events that they've done might have not been done the same way if there was an athletes union.
It's good to have a union, actually. Just protects them.
Safety-wise, you think of Rich Froning falling off the rope at the games in 2010. It was. Yeah. 2010 when he fell off the rope. You go and watch that video. He falls, and he falls hard. And there's nothing underneath him. There's no mats. He breaks a chalk bucket right underneath him. So
missed that one hand and fell straight. Well, I guess about 18 feet. So
that kind of stuff, I think, will go a long way to dealing with in the CrossFit space.
But you'll still fall.
Well, no, I mean, you had Matt Fraser and Patrick Valner fall on that obstacle course a couple of years back as well.
Yeah. Velder. Sager's up and over. Hogberg hits the ground, and Matt Fraser takes a nasty spill off of that thing, but he is okay, and Velder's off it as well.
Well, I think also, things like, if you look at Patrick Valner, he's got a knack of breaking things at the games, like breaking his bicycle and stuff like that. So I think if there's an athletes union, there'll be a way to kind of see the best way to penalize something like that, so he doesn't get a massive penalty, because it's not necessarily his fault. And they'll also have to test things a little bit better, in my opinion.
Will they be involved in sort of USADA, the drug regulation type of story?
I haven't heard any of that stuff. There's no real details. They've just formed the committee, and they're starting from there.
So they're basically just going to protect the athletes.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And then other CrossFit news, Mark Wahlberg hates us.
Why? Why, Mark? I'm a huge fan of yours, and now all of a sudden you don't like CrossFit. Oh my word! But why? Is it just because he's got some other business interest?
He's got a share in F45. Very similar high-intensity training to what it is. I mean, most of us have seen what F45 is. So it was just an interesting thought.
Yeah.
And we might see Jorge Masvidal challenge Matt Fraser at the games, because that's what he claimed.
What? Really?
No, he I think he does some CrossFit-style training to prepare for his fights. And I think he sort of misspoke when he was in an interview saying his next goal would be to do the CrossFit World Championships, but I don't think he really understands what it takes to get there. But I think
you think he'll qualify, but he won't win.
No, I don't think so. I think that what he means is that he might start to look at doing some local CrossFit competitions and seeing if he can do that. I mean, some fighters have tried to make the crossover. It's a difficult thing.
It's a difficult thing, man.
It's a difficult thing. In terms of fighting, though, we talk about UFC 251.
Oh my word, Usman and Masvidal. Yes.
So there was some big fights there this weekend. Usman Masvidal obviously was the headliner, and it went sort of as we expected. Masvidal had a very short period to.
Was it a week or what was it?
Yeah, he got called in 6 days' notice.
Yeah,
and
6
he
days.
Lost 20 pounds to cut his weight to make weight, which was a great thing for him to do. And he fought well.
He fought well.
A good show. But obviously Usman was a little bit more prepared, so that worked out that way.
What do you think if they both prepare for the fight?
I still feel that Usman had that. I still feel like he's that kind of fighter that he would have had it. He's clinical, his coaching team.
He played it very safe in this fight.
He did, but he wanted to win. I mean, remember, he's got a title on the line. Masvidal doesn't care.
It's similar to St. Pierre now. The title defenses,
yes, it is. Yeah. And then obviously some of the other fights. For me, a little bit of a disappointing result was Max Holloway and Volkanovski.
Oh yes.
In my book and my scorecard, Max Holloway took the fight. but Volkanovski got the win at the end of the day. So it's 2 victories against Holloway in the last 2 fights.
You got to go for the knockout, guys.
Well, you can't leave it to the judges. I think that's what he
especially if it's 2 fighters like that.
Yes.
Very close call.
Yeah.
You have to knock the guy out. And then Jose Aldo also lost.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because Jose Aldo, although he's only 33, he's an old 33 in terms of the fighting game. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
And Peter Yan is a monster. He's a machine. I mean, he just kicked into the next gear in round 4 and round 5, and it was just the end of the day.
He's way younger. So.
He just incredibly hard fighter, and it was quite impressive to see how he started dominating it at the later stages. You know, the girls were fantastic. Rose Namajunas,
I didn't see that one.
Jessica Andrade. That was a great fight.
What's the girl with the short hair? What's her name?
That's Rose Namajunas. Yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal fight. It was entertaining. They threw bombs for 3 rounds, which was fantastic. She came out looking like she had some plums on her eyes, which was great, but she was quite happy with the victory. So it was a really, really good card. Even some of the prelim card was quite exciting to watch.
What is interesting for me is what you mentioned to me the other day, that they did 8,000 tests leading up to the fight weekend on Fight Island in terms of COVID tests of people that were working there, staff members, support team, fighters. 8,000 COVID tests leading up to there.
Yeah.
I think they had an 11-mile or 10-mile radius, which they called the safe zone, which basically once you got into Fight Island, unless you left that 11-mile radius, there wasn't a possible way you could get COVID because you were stuck in this bubble. They quarantined them. They brought all the fighters to a hub. So all the American fighters had to go through Las Vegas. All the European fighters went through their various hubs. I think they said they had 5 hubs that they went to. And first they were quarantined for 48 hours. And after that they were on a chartered flight through Etihad. Then they flew all business class and first class. They got them there, and then inside the hotel that they had for them, they were also quarantined for an additional 48 hours before they could come out. And in that time, they were all tested. I think they were tested 5 times each, leading up to stepping into the cage.
5 times?
Within the space of that week, yeah.
Well, I think that's the journey of sport now. It's going to happen because fighting, rugby, soccer, it's a team sport. You're going to interact with a lot of people, so I think it's a good thing.
And what's happening in the world of Andre?
The world of Andre, I'm training, as you can see, there's bulk. No, just shooting 7 on, guys. Shooting 7 on, bringing some storylines, did a couple of interviews, promoting us and this, trying to.
Oh, no, look, man, I must ask though, with your incredible acting talent now, the fact that you're clearly showing us that you have been working on that body and it is ready to shine to the world, what is it that we can expect next from you in the upcoming months, bro?
So first of all, a lot of 7 on because of the lockdown. So we're gonna churn out nice storylines for the viewers. So there's a lot of intrigue there. I'm working with my 2 coaches, Nick and Kyle, on a vlog. So we started a vlog, Celeb and 2 Plebs. Yeah. Plebs. They actually came up with the name. So I stuck with it. I was like, yeah. So what we're doing is we're having fun. We're recording workouts. We're having, it's banter between us. They call me Fundraise. So hashtag Fundraise Fat Andre. And I don't know why they call me fat, because I mean. So a lot of that will come out in a couple of months. We're trying to do an episode every second week.
But other than that, just married life and training, guys. And you guys?
How's the new house?
It's fantastic. It's big.
Have you built a gym there yet? Are we coming to show
No, I haven't built a gym, but I've got some equipment. I'm trying to buy more equipment, maybe a little bit extra plates and stuff. But it's it's like a 22.5, a kettlebell, 16 Ks, and then a barbell setup of 45 max. And then I've got a pull-up bar.
Look, we've seen how you drill things into the wall and how your shoddy workmanship, how you hang things up. So I'm not sure if I want to trust a pull-up bar that you've put up in
It's quite solid. I mean, if it carries me.
Fair enough.
I mean, if it carries
Fair
me.
enough.
Hashtag Funray. Look, I'm 84 now, so I mean, I'm a little bit lighter.
8 years old, yeah.
No! Kilograms on this body. Well, it's muscle. It's pure beef. Have you seen me without a shirt? It's winter now.
It's not lean beef, but it's beef.
It's lean beef. It's like 80% lean beef. Yeah, so that's it in my life, guys. And you guys?
No,
anything else?
All good.
So, guys, thank you for this. See you next week again, guys. Cheers.